Hello you guys, it's Grace and Chester, and today we're going to be talking about clicker training. I've had a couple people ask me when I was going to make some how-to type videos, so I thought I would do that this week. And I think there's no better way to start off talking about training than talking about this little thing. This is a clicker. You can get clickers in a lot of different places and they're relatively inexpensive. It's really nice if you have something that you can just put on your wrist. I'm going to kind of explain how you start clicker training and how clicker training can be beneficial in trying to teach the more complex behaviors or simple behaviors. Most people start out using clicker training for really simple behaviors like teaching your dog how to sit, because it's super easy to mark the second your dog's butt hits the ground with a click. I'm going to just talk briefly about clicker training. Disclaimer, I am not an expert by any means. This is what I have discovered through my own personal training and through my internship and all of that stuff. So take it with a grain of salt. The things you'll need to clicker train are a clicker and a reward. So here's my treat pouch, and inside the treat pouch there are a variety of different treats. Just a quick side note that I realized I didn't mention, your treats should be very small. Your treats should basically be like the size of the nail of your pinky finger. If your treats are too big, it's going to take time away from your training session for your dog to chew them, which slows down the pace of your training session, and your dog could also get fat. Chester is already very familiar with clicker training, so I'll just show you briefly. He's obviously going to respond more to the clicker than a dog that has never been introduced to the clicker before. You start with an association of the clicker equaling a treat. So without even having the dog do anything, just have them be near you, and then they get a treat. When the click sounds, they should get a treat right after. So eventually they start to realize, oh, I hear the sound, that means a treat is following. The click is basically the marker that they're doing the correct thing. This is the same concept if you like to use the marker word yes. Do that a few times until your dog starts to get it. If they're looking away from you and you click and they look right towards you, it probably means that the association is there and that they understand that a click means a treat. This means nothing to them until you start to build that association. That's kind of an introduction to what a clicker is and how to start using a clicker with your dog, but let's see it in action. I'm going to start with something that Chester already knows how to do, and that is sit. So we're going to move down onto the ground and I'm going to show you what it looks like, marking that exact moment with the clicker. Sit. What you probably noticed in that little video clip is that the second his butt touched the ground, the click came. That's nice, Chester. Alright, now that you know what clicker training is and what it looks like, I'm going to introduce another topic to you. This topic is called shaping. So shaping is one of my favorite things to do when training a dog. What shaping is basically is clicking the second your dog does something towards what you want the finished product to be. So for example, if I want Chester to put his 2 front feet on top of a box, the first time I might click might be when he looks at the box, and then I might click again when he sniffs the box, and I might click again when he moves his foot, and then maybe when he moves his foot towards the box, and then maybe when he touches the box with his foot, and then maybe I want him to hold his foot on there for a little bit longer, and then I want both of his feet on the box, and so on and so on. You kind of start to read your dog and you start to up your requirements until they finally do the full behavior that you want them to do. Sometimes you'll be able to complete the whole sequence in one training session, and sometimes it might take multiple training sessions. You don't want to keep going until your dog is super frustrated. You want to keep the sessions nice and short and end on a good note. So if your dog gets one paw on the box and you can tell oh, he might be getting frustrated soon, you might want to just end there and just say, all right, 1 paw is enough. My next training session, we'll try to get him to put his 2nd paw on the box. So I'm going to show you a little example of shaping here as well. So I'm going to do 2 different shaping sessions. I'm not going to do them right after each other, but in the video it'll look like I'm doing them right after each other. But I like to keep my training sessions nice and short. I'd rather do 2 short, like 5-minute training sessions than 1 longer 10 to 15-minute training session, just because it keeps your dog's motivation up a little higher and keeps from them getting frustrated. So the first shaping exercise I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get Chester to put his 2 front feet up on a chair. The second thing is something we've been working on a little bit, but he seems to have reverted back a little bit, and that is getting him to dress, and which is putting on his vest, which is in this box back here. So I'm going to reward him first sniffing the vest, and then putting his head under it, and eventually putting the whole vest on. Those are the 2 things that I'm going to show you, and hopefully it kind of shows you what shaping is, and I will do my best to mark the behaviors correctly. Even really experienced dog trainers sometimes make mistakes on marking the exact moment, and sometimes we put our standards up too high too soon, so I'm going to try my best to do a good demonstration, but keep in mind that everyone makes mistakes. Good job. Good boy. Good job. Another quick side note, as you'll see in the next clip, I did use the cue dress, which as your dog gets more advanced in the behavior and is actually doing the full behavior that you want, you can start adding in whatever cue you'd like to use. Good boy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like it if you did. Comment below what other training topics or videos you would like to see, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!